Welcome back to another episode of We Roguelike It. I'm your host, Boston. Joining me as always is Moonpeer.
Hello.
And Monkey Senior.
Yo.
I played probably nothing but Void Bastards this week. So does anyone else want to... anyone else played a lot this week?
Hey, I'll let you start off.
Okay. I wrote like a page of notes. The very first prisoner I got this week that I rehydrated had the negative effect that every time he picks up something, he yells.
Yeah, you put this on Twitter. Like, how bad is it?
It is... The description is wrong. So it's not anytime he picks up anything. It's anytime he picks up anything from off the floor or from in, like, a chest or a locker or something. And he goes, woo! Or like, ah! Every time he picks something up, and it's real bad. that run was real short, because I'm so used to, like, alright, an enemy is here, I'm gonna try and sneak up behind him real slowly with my staple gun and just blast him once, especially if it's something like a spook. And on the way, I'm just gonna scoop up this little fuel canister. Except, now I picked up a fuel canister, I'm like, woohoo! It's just like, okay, well, it's called like 5 spooks on me at once. That's great. So,
that's terrible.
That trait was called Yahoo, which is really great.
Yeah.
It's so good. On a lot of ships this week, I got my favorite role for a ship, which is basically there is one type of enemy on the ship, and one of the buffs or traits or whatever you want to call it for the ship is that one enemy type is an ally. So you can't get killed by anything because everything on the ship is your buddy, and they're destroying everything else that isn't on the ship.
Okay, so you just got the luck of the draw this week is what I'm hearing.
6 or 7 times. Yeah, it was...
I've literally never had that. I've had the friendly ally thing once.
Yeah.
I've had it like twice this week, actually.
I had it like...
once, period?
Yeah, I had it like 7 times this week, and it was... It's stupid. I even got it once on one of those really big luxury ships that's just 2 hallways, and they're full of the cabins where people are that have all the luggage in them. So that was just just like scooping up 200 items as I'm going through. I ran out of bullets for everything on one ship I was in, except for the Rifter, and I found...
I don't like the Rifter. I don't like it one bit.
That is...
I didn't either. So if you don't have the Rifter, it basically, you fire at an enemy, and basically it slurps the enemy into the gun, and you can kind of place them somewhere else. What I found out, though, is that you can take over a turret and pick up the turret with the Rifter, place it in another room, and have that attack enemies, and then sort of rinse and repeat throughout an entire ship.
Oh, jeez. So you broke the system.
Yeah, but it was one of those things where it's like, God, there are so many enemies, and I think I needed food. And I was like, I can't leave without getting at least food or health. So I have to do something, and I have just the Rifter. So I'm gonna try and break whatever I can. So that was
the main thing I've been using the Rifter for is I had a whole bunch of ships this week which were nothing. There are no citizens, but there are a whole bunch of rifts.
Oh, I hate those.
When you start the level, it's nice because you're running around as quick as you can. By the time you're halfway through the ship, it's full of a-holes.
Yep, everywhere.
And one of them was only spooks. Only spooks. So I used the Rifter in that situation because it was also a high amount of electrical damage. So it had all those stupid electrified cables on the floor. So I would literally run into a room, see how many spooks there were, rift them, dump him on top of an electrical cable, rift the next one, dump him on top of a different electrical cable, and then just go through it that way. Because then they get stunned, and they get stun locked into that point where you can just shoot them and kill them if you want to.
Yeah.
So I would just rift them and then move them on board of a hazard and then drop them on it.
That's smart. It's like chess. You're just moving all these pieces throughout the environment. That's really great.
I want to get this gun so I can play with it too.
Yeah, it's a cool idea because like when you first do it, when you first sort of like slurp up your first enemy, you're like, well, that cool. It just deletes it, and then it has an outline of the enemy where you're gonna place it. Sort of like, well, I don't want them back. Like, I want them to disappear, but that's not really how it works.
Yeah.
I did finally unlock the Riveter.
Yeah, I'm looking for a drill. I really want a drill.
It took me a while. It's just a submachine gun. It is. I finally found this is the weapon that works best for me to destroy patients. That's the ones where there's like 7 or 8 tiny floating heads together. It destroys those because it only takes one riveter shot to destroy a head. So you just sort of spray at this cluster and they're gone. So that was pretty great.
Yeah, I got my armor up to tier 3 now, so it's got 2 stars on it.
Nice.
Makes a world of difference.
Yeah, because you have... That gets up to like 800-900 health at that point, right?
Yeah, the lady I'm currently playing as is 1050 HP.
Wow.
And I also did unlock the defib thing at last.
Yeah.
And when I didn't know when that brings you back to life, I was expecting to be like 25% health. Nope, gives you full health again.
you come back all the way to life. It is sometimes frustrating because it's like, oh, here's a ship full of pirates. Like, all right, I'm gonna wipe. I have nothing really to fight them with, and it's not going well. It's like, all right, I finally died. No, it brought me back to life. So that can sometimes be frustrating. I did get Yahoo on another run. I ran into... I was having a really good run, and I ran into one of those gene storms on the map, and it replaced something good with Yahoo, and I was like, alright, fine. The next ship I ran across had a gene splicer. It's like, perfect. I'm going to go there. I'm going to get rid of Yahoo. I had the opportunity to remove Yahoo and replace it with some sort of map skill that I hadn't seen before. The map skill gave me the ability to see every enemy on the map.
That's handy.
And that was really good. And my last note here, and the last thing that I saw this week that really sucked, and this is the reason why my run ended. I got a trait on whenever I rehydrated my most recent felon. They have a trait that 25% of the time when I move on the galaxy map, I move the wrong direction.
Yep, I've had that one before, and it's the worst one ever.
Yeah, it was okay. You know, relatively okay.
Until you're moving next to pirates.
Yeah, until I move, and I was like, alright, the pirates are coming straight this way. I'm going to go north. Nope, it took me straight east, right onto the pirates. Great. What a great run that is going to end to pirates yet again.
Yep.
Man, I can fight one pirate at a time, and that's pretty okay. Anything more than that, I was fighting 3 pirates and 2 screws in this ship, and I was like, well, that's impossible. Like, I even had the cluster flak, and that wasn't doing anything because that weapon, that sort of seems terrible.
Terrible / OP / lock the door. It's very much
lock the door. Smart.
It's a scene. It's a scene from all of the action movies. Have you unlocked the cluster flak yet, Monkey?
No, not yet.
So basically, it's a giant barrel of grenades, basically, that you throw into a room, and then when it blows up into about 50 grenades, which blow up into about 20 more grenades.
It's nuts.
So what you do is you literally, it's like an action scene. You open the door, you see the enemies, you throw it in as far as you can, you close the door, and then you lock it.
Right.
Just so that it takes care of the problem for you. Also, I finally found a use for the kitty bots.
Ooh, okay.
because when you upgrade them to the second version, the unstable kitty bots, when they get destroyed, they unleash cluster flax.
Wow, I should get that then.
Yeah.
'Cause one of my frustrations about cluster flax is you'll toss it into a room, and then you kind of wait for a while.
It takes forever.
Yeah, especially when you're fighting a bunch of stuff that has seen you. It's sort of like, I'm gonna panic throw this thing, and then you're sort of waiting there. It's like, all right, I just lost 200 health, but now everything this floor is dead, basically.
Like, it's super handy, and especially the kitty one. Like, I went into a map and I had like maybe 50 health, and I made it through an entire ship of security and spooks because I had like 30 something enraged kitties, and I would literally, I had to go in to get what I needed to do because I needed food as well. So I literally would run into a room, drop one of those kitty things, grab everything I could from the room, and then run to the next room, like basically not focusing on anybody.
Right.
Just drop one of these things and then run away.
Tossing these things over your shoulder.
And then, like, you turn around and look behind you, and through all the walls, you just see the pow, pow, pow,
Right.
pow, comic text of explosions, and it's like, okay, stuff's happening back there, sure.
Yeah, I'm now in the lower parts of 3 and getting into Nebula 4. Nebula 4 isn't that bad because a lot of it is like senior scribes, and they just have more health and they shoot a little bit faster. But man, I totally forgot about those librarian ladies that have the shields.
You're the ones that shield from the front only. I've just started getting warnings about them, so I'm guessing they start appearing in Nebula 3.
Yeah, I have a better plan to deal with them now, because I think, if I remember correctly, the bouncer will let you reflect their projectiles back to them and through their shield. But I feel like I need the next bouncer upgrade for that to be really great.
Yeah, I'm in the process of unlocking a lot of stuff. I think I'm like the tech tier just above you, not below you in a good way, but above you in the trees.
Right.
Because like I've now got this stupid charging fire torture thing.
I just unlocked that as well. The toaster?
Yes,
toaster, yeah. That's a cool gun.
It is. Don't like the fact that it's got a charge time on it, but the damage it does is something ridiculous. So
yeah,
I'm fine. It's a good balance.
I'm hoping that like one of its last upgrades is a charge time reduction, because if you make it really hard to upgrade and you have like a 50% charge time reduction, that gun would be super powerful.
I think, well, I got up to Nebula 3. I lost 2 people this week, I think. I don't think I've really had any properly fun perks so far. I did have Scavenger, which got me bonus junk from containers, like 10% chance of bonus junk. But nothing like...
Nothing like sticky fingers?
Yes, nothing like sticky fingers. I did have one which was another map one, and it allowed you to see items that were loose on the mini-map. So the same way you see the stars, you'd see those items on the floor as well on the map.
Oh, nice.
Which was very handy because I always miss the stuff on the floors.
Yeah. Especially if enemies drop them, they might as well be gone. Yeah. Anything cool for you?
For me, this week was rough. It was kind of like how Moon's week was last week. I was just constantly dying from the first ship or the first few ships. So yeah, I didn't really get that much progress. I did have a question of, are those, what is it called? The beginning packages, like the
care packages?
Yeah, the care packages.
Yeah.
Are they random?
Yeah.
Yes and no.
Yeah, there's like default like fuel. You get a set number of fuel and food, but I think the ammo it gives you is random.
Yeah, quite a few of my runs I got 0 bullets.
Yes,
and like the handgun is I like the handgun, and it's just like I can't use this.
That's a frustration. I think I wish there was a way to scale care packages as you were scaling your weapon loadout, because the more weapons that you're unlocking, it almost feels like the harsher punishment for dying, because you can go and say like, all right, well, you get no ammo for any of these guns except for maybe the drill and the bouncer. It's like, okay, I guess I'll have to figure this out. So it feels a little bit rough.
Yeah, it is worth mentioning on the bottom of the skill tree, like the very bottom right-hand corner, that's where like the defibrillator is. But you also do get care package upgrades in that little bottom right-hand corner, which can help a lot.
It has a weird name though. Like it doesn't immediately seem like it's a care package upgrade.
No, it's a very. It's like the terminal access stuff. It's just like it's named in such a way, which is a very corporate name for that kind of stuff.
I do still really like the skill tree though, and I really like that you can see every node on there, even if you're like 4 nodes away from unlocking it. I like that you can see. It's like, okay, this weapon sounds really strong. Maybe I'll focus on this tree so I can get down to the point where I can build that.
Yeah, I really want the Rad Spiker, something wicked. That sounds like a great gun.
I just unlocked that, and man, it, especially with stuff that has low health, like...
It sounds like an impact grenade launcher, like where you just, wherever you fire it, it fires a cloud of radiation poisoning, basically.
Well, and on top of that, if you hit an enemy with it, not only is it silent, like the other spiker, but it poisons them, and if they explode with the poison damage, it poisons enemies around them.
Oh,
so it
sounds really good.
Yeah, it's a little bit high risk, high reward, because it doesn't really, the bullet itself doesn't really do damage, but if you can sort of sneak around and get, like, if you have 2 or 3 spooks near each other, poison one of them and just kind of leave and let it do its dark magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. How this game is cool. It's so good. I'm really looking forward to seeing where this game is going to end up in our rankings, because I feel like all 3 of us are enjoying it. And
I would say so, yes.
Yeah. I'm not going to say it's like the best game ever made, but it might be one of the best games
as a
of the
game.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Any closing thoughts here before we go?
I know, I'm good.
Yeah, it's going so well. All right. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for listening, and we'll see you all next run. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.